The corporations have not yet won.
Community still exists in small tucked-away areas not often talked about.
Artists and businesses beginning to thrive in places thought to be defeated.
Dave, I like to call him David Francis.
And I, Tom Maslowski,
are here to give you a glimpse of what's going down in downtown J-Town.
We're going to be interviewing all of our favorite musicians,
artists, and business owners
that give every ounce of themselves into what they do.
welcome to episode number 2 of What's Going Down in Downtown J-Town. I am your host, Tom Maslowski, and this is David J. Francis.
Well, thank you, Tom. We are currently sitting inside Tin Roof, a restaurant in downtown Joliet that serves amazing food and better drinks, or vice versa, depending on how you look at it. It's all good. I've had the best Manhattan I've ever had in my life here, and you're going to find out why, because we're going to interview some of the management employees and a special musical guest performance from the basement.
We have Mr. Jross Green in the house tonight. I am pretty excited about this.
Pretty excited.
They have great food. They're known for their farm-to-table, very creative cuisine. It's not like anything you're going to get anywhere else. They work hard at what they do. They take pride in what they do.
They started from the bottom, and now they're here, as some would say.
Oh, yes. And we are here, and I'm going to eat and drink everything they put in front of my face.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Jimmy was kind enough to let us back in the kitchen here today to cook a few appetizers. What are we talking about today?
First I'm going to do our pan-seared octopus, Spanish octopus.
Excellent. That's a well-seasoned skillet you have there?
Sure is. It's always a task maintaining them.
Now, what made you decide octopus?
I really just like all kind of like cuisines from everywhere. I like the octopus because I feel like I see it battered and kind of abused more often than I see it treated correctly. I think a lot of restaurants you're going to see people that are kind of like pulling octopus out of a bag rather than actually cooking it properly.
So where do you get this octopus from that's not frozen from a bag?
This octopus is coming from Supreme Lobster and Fish, so most of it is being imported from Spain.
Holy cow, really?
On a daily basis, yeah.
On a daily basis?
On a daily basis.
Here, you get it mailed here on a daily basis?
So I order it weekly as needed, but they're getting shipments in daily.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Supreme has a lot of the best fish that you can get in this area. It's pretty nice. It's readily available. They make products.
So now, is this going to be an authentic Spanish recipe, or is it your own spin on it?
No, it's definitely, so I guess my mentality behind this dish was I was kind of approaching it like I was thinking street corn.
Okay.
So what we do is we make a corn condimento in which we grill sweet corn.
A cornmento?
Condimento. So a condimento is like an Italian condiment of sorts. The term can either pertain to like jams for cheeses, vegetable medleys. In this case, it's grilled corn and roasted pepita seeds that we toss with a little bit of cilantro, garlic, and lime.
Excellent.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to build from the mentality of street corn, and that's kind of like the flavor profile, like really, really roasty corn with just like citrusy goodness.
That is delicious. Now, how many of these do you go through on a week, do you think?
So, every week I get a little bit more octopus and prepare a little bit more, but it seems like the more that I make, the quicker that it goes. It's a bit of a struggle to hold on to.
Well, that's good to hear. So now, where the hell did you learn to cook this? Is this something that you do on your own? Did you go to school?
This one, octopus, I actually learned how to cook from my mentor, Chef Philip Pretty in LA. It was the first place that I ever was able to interact with and cook octopus.
Okay.
And he just like showed me this really old world kind of like mama method of preparing octopus to gently poach it while not destroying it and kind of like making it this ragged piece of nothing.
Yeah, sure, right. Like typical frozen squid sometimes you might get at certain places,
exactly.
Right?
So at this point I put it in the oven and just let it finish off baking.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and make the avocado mousse for that.
Avocado mousse?
Yeah.
You have no idea how much I love avocado.
So So this one is, it's pretty much just like an avocado and lime, just like punch in the face, super citrusy. We use about 1 lime per avocado. So it just is really, really super intense.
And all of that avocado is going into that sauce.
Absolutely.
Holy crap. Can I say crap on YouTube? I just said it twice. Are you guys okay out there? I'm kind of hungry. I'm starving. Last time. We're gonna have to insert some epic theme music at this part right now to match the excitement that I'm feeling about all this avocado and octopus. I'm a big fan of octopus sushi. If you go to a sushi joint and get some really good octopus, it's kind of fantastic. It's not like what you think. It's actually very good. It's got a little pop to it. Ito Sushi in Joliet has ridiculously good octopus, just for the record. All right, where are we at? Now we're gonna squeeze some limes.
Yeah, just a ton of lime juice in there.
That's a pretty heavy duty.
Oh, the juicer?
Yeah, that's that will never break.
You know, I kind of have a knack for destroying seemingly impossible to break mechanical metal tools. So I've broken about 5 to 10 of these things in my lifetime.
Those?
These, yeah. But you'd be surprised if it's, they should hire me as a product tester. Shoes too.
We'll work on that.
So at this point we just add a little bit of salt.
And that's it. Holy shit.
That is it.
That is
trick to
great.
keeping it green is buzzing the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Some quick
I might just eat that with a spoon if that's okay.
It's definitely worth it.
Avocado mousse, for crying out loud. Now, do you happen to put that on anything else?
I do. I actually use the avocado mousse on our BLT here, just because it adds like a really nice depth of flavor to it. Kind of brings like a Spanish side to things, if that makes sense. Just
Sure.
like really bright and citrusy.
Sure. Now, is that one of the other ones you're making today? The BLT, you're saying?
The BLT I won't be making today. I'll be making Parmesan fritters and our house duck tortellini.
I cannot wait.
So at this point, pull the octopus out of the oven.
Yes. Look at that.
Pull this to the side and get it ready to go.
The appetizers are done. I'm trying not to just grab the fork and knife right now and just like start devouring it. I was like 3 times like, no, not yet. No, not yet. Can you walk me through what I'm eating before I just start shoveling it into my face, please?
All right, cool. So the first one that we have over here is the Parmesan fritters, which is kind of, I think the concept that most people would be familiar with is like a hush puppy, except we make them with Parmesan. So you build a dough and we fry them, and they're like little delicious balls of cheesy delight. On the bottom is a fennel fondue. So we cook
fennel fondue.
Yeah, we cook fennel down in cream, and then we basically puree it with Asiago cheese, and it's just basically a vegetable fondue. It's like super creamy deliciousness.
A vegetable fondue. Mm-hmm. This is my first time eating any of the things that he just said out loud. So I'm going to tear this up.
And then in addition to that, there's also a roasted garlic puree underneath that kind of ties everything together with fennel frond garnish on top. All right, so this next one is our handmade duck tortellini.
Duck tortellini, man.
So what we do for our duck three ways dish here, we confit duck legs, which is the art of slow cooking a protein in its own fat.
Oh,
So we slow cook the legs in duck fat, and then when we break down the breasts off of the whole duck that we get in, we then roast the carcasses and pick all the meat
Sure.
off of them that we can. So what we do is we make a grind that's half of the confit and half of the regular roasted meat. And then I add a little bit of creme fraiche and make a duck filling.
so now where are you getting the duck from?
I am getting the duck from, it comes from Seneca. The farm's name is escaping me, Maple Leaf.
Maple Leaf. Mm-hmm. Make believe a little bit.
Maple Leaf Farms in Seneca is where the duck comes from.
I feel like Mr. Rogers. This is make believe.
And then we make the pasta and I roll it out and everything ourselves here.
House made pasta.
Yeah.
So duck three ways. We got the duck fat. We got the duck meat. Mm-hmm. And the third way was what?
Oh, that's the duck three ways is actually an entree that we do at night. I just borrow the basically the leftover components that we use to prepare the duck three ways is what ends up becoming a duck tortellini.
Okay.
So then the tortellini is served with a sage brown butter sauce. So we basically brown butter and add some chopped sage to it. And then on top is Malaterno al Tartufo, which is a sheep and goat's milk pecorino with truffles aged inside of it. It's
For the love of
incredible.
God. I'm going to have to eat this really slow. I hope you guys like watching me chew because I'm going to be like real. Now, where did you learn to do all this? I know you had a mentor. Now, is that somewhere you worked? Was it a friend?
You know, I was lucky enough to, I started as a dishwasher. I never went to culinary school. But I was lucky enough to work for, extremely talented men based on the fact that I was just willing to work for it, So I was posed with a lot of opportunities that I wasn't necessarily ready for every single time. So I learned hand-making pasta. I learned hand-making pasta at a spot in Oakland called Bellinico under Chef Jonathan Luce. And it was kind of a sink-or-swim situation where I got in, and it was kind of like, figure out how to work in a really intense kitchen that is open and you have diners like sitting in front of you or sink. And
So from the bottom up, literally from the bottom up.
Yeah.
No schooling, just
Not at
on the
all.
job training, which is probably just as good,
Yeah.
obviously, because this is ridiculously amazing. How
gonna
did
get in
you?
there.
Yeah, go ahead. Fine. Whatever. What got you back here? Because I know you. So did you grow up around here?
I did. Daniel and I actually both grew up in Ingles Park.
Oh, I live in Ingles Park right now.
Nice. Yeah, I grew up on 3rd and Shorey.
Yeah, I know that very well.
So I moved away about 10 years ago. Daniel and I have always stayed in touch, but I moved away and went to California to pursue other career things that were going on. And I ended up coming to a shift where I was ready to come back to Chicagoland for a little bit. I have 2 kids, and raising kids away from your family for years at a time definitely takes a toll on your personal life and
Sure.
your work life too. So yeah, when I decided to come back this way, I was kind of in the mentality of I was going to be going to Chicago because that's usually how my style of cooking kind of forces me into being in a major city. But
Little did you know something was happening here in downtown Joliet?
yeah, I had come here a couple times over the years. I actually did a pop-up here last year where I did a one-day dinner. And I feel like Tin Roof has about as much potential as you can find in a place, and I think that this is the perfect place to start something.
I
next
agree,
level.
and obviously you guys have weathered the storm. There's been all kinds of changes and things going on. I think it's great that you guys are still here doing your thing and making creative food, fresh food. I think that's super important. That's something that I want to eat. I don't want to eat frozen, canned food. I don't eat at McDonald's. This is kind of what I want to see more of.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want that octopus. And we already know what the ingredients are in there, so I think I'm just going to shove it in my face.
Awesome. So yeah, how I ended up coming over here was when I came back and I was ready to go to Chicago. They, Daniel and Mike reached out to me and said that they were looking for a chef. So it kind of just happened our timing matched up perfectly for it to make sense for me. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Whoa.
It's kind of just a flavor bomb.
It's almost like ceviche, but it's not like ceviche.
There's definitely a lot of texture. I definitely didn't want things to kind of get lost in in sort of like a puree massacre. Like I definitely the balance for dishes for me is kind of, I typically have some sort of pureed situation. I always have a smooth situation. I always have a somewhat al dente bite situation, which is where the corn comes into play.
A little balance.
And then there always has to be a crunch, which is where the pepita seeds come into play. And then just the nice, meaty, soft texture of the octopus. It just all really ties it together for me.
That is really good, man. I can't even stand it. Wow, man. Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you for making all this food for us.
No worries, man. That's what I do.
I'm going to slowly eat this now over the next 5 minutes. We have with us Mr. Danny Weichert, the bartender at Tin Roof. Man, thank you for opening this place up on Sunday and letting us come and hang out and have the run of the place, basically.
It's all about shenanigans, man. Yeah. Always have to have shenanigans. It's always fun to like hang out with people you don't usually hang out with.
Do something a little different.
Yeah.
What got you started in this whole thing? 'Cause I know you said this was your very first bartending job ever. So, this is one hell of a place here, man.
So about like 5 years ago, I started at Nardi's on Chicago Street.
Sure.
And that was this place. It was an Italian restaurant, and my girlfriend was a waitress here, and she asked me one day when I was getting off of work. She was like, "Hey, like, do you wanna learn how to bartend or be in the service industry or anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not really into that, but I guess so, you know." So she kept pushing me for months, and finally, the old like one of our old managers was like, "Hey, I'll give you a job as a bar back." So I started as a bar back 2 days a week, or when we had like a Rialto show going on and stuff and he needed extra help and stuff like that. And that's how I learned how to bartend.
So both you and Jimmy started in this business from the lowest, like the bottom rung of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It's it's all about that ladder. You have to climb it.
And I think the best managers always know how all the jobs have to go from the bottom up. You know, they're not just a manager that comes in and takes over and does this. I think it's easy to relate to your employees that way. And I every time I come in here, you're always hanging out with your employees. Everyone seems to be in a good mood, enjoying themselves. You can tell everyone enjoys coming here and working here. I know I like coming here and hanging out and drinking. Some of the best cocktails. I don't drink cocktails, man. I like beer. I am a beer drinker. I can care less about cocktails unless I come here, and it's dangerous, man. They gave me one when I walked in. You know, we're shooting today. I hadn't eaten anything yet. I'm like, yeah, this is great. I started slugging the thing down. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm at Tin Roof. This could be a bad idea. I have to be on camera all day. So now you have won a bunch of competitions in Chicago. What were some of those competitions?
So the last one I did was a Manhattan competition, and I got best Manhattan in the Midwest.
I love Manhattans, man.
It's one of my favorite drinks. It's actually one of the first drinks I've ever learned how to make, like old fashions, Manhattan, Sazerac, stuff like that. Like everything.
What's a Sazerac?
The Sazerac is a pre-prohibition cocktail from 1801 in Louisiana that it changed the game for like rye whiskey, because before the native people of Louisiana were making with rye. They used cognac, but then we had the shortage of grapes and stuff like that. So
I did not know about it.
Yeah, there's a huge thing about it. So
now wait, you took it upon yourself to learn all these weird little details and history of all these boozes. So you know exactly what you're putting in everyone's cup.
Yes, yeah. It's such a big passion to me because, like, growing up, my grandpa, he was from Cologne, Germany, and he'd always be like, Daniel, like, you need to just be the best at everything you do. He's like, even if you shovel shit for a living, be the best shit shoveler you could be.
Sure.
Which, I mean, it just like kind of resonated with me for like my entire life.
Bar back. dishwasher, I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
just climbing up the ladder.
Like, and still to this day, like if we're short a server, a dishwasher, a bar back, whatever, I'll jump in. It's like all hands on deck, because like when you see something that's actually managing a restaurant, like they have like they're all smug and stuff, and they have their tie on, and they're just sitting there watching everybody do everything. But like, what about the guys that like they're just sweating? They're like, oh my god, like I don't know what's going on right now.
Actually running the place.
Yeah. So to me, like even if I'm off on a day, I'll come in here and like if any of my bartenders call me, or any of my servers call me, or any of my staff calls me at all, I will come in and I will help the situation out. Like
Well, and you've proven that. I know there's been some tough times with turnover and management changes and things, and you stayed through all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. This restaurant has. I mean, I don't know if it's beaten Nardi's, but it's been here quite a while, and technically it shouldn't be. It should have been defeated, but you guys held your ground. You kept doing what you were doing, as I was saying earlier with Jimmy, and I'm really impressed at what you guys have done with the place and continue to do with the place, and that's kind of why I wanted to come out today and show everyone what they're missing out on. Speaking of which, I've had some food. I kind of want some booze now.
I'm into that.
You ready?
Whatever cocktail you want.
Let's go.
Smoked old fashions.
Yeah,
all
sure.
day.
I don't want to smoke an old fashioned though. I just want to drink it.
All right, sounds good.
Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to make a riff on a revolver.
All right. So like the album, like Beatles Revolver.
So it's a bourbon and orange and coffee
She
cocktail.
didn't like my joke. It was a good Beatles joke. I'm sorry.
It was a good joke. I'll give you that.
All right. I do like all the things you just said: coffee, bourbon, and orange. Those
Yeah.
are all like my favorite things in
Alright,
life.
so you're going to start with your orange bitters.
Alright.
That's in that small bottle right there. So you're going to do 2 dashes of orange bitters.
2 dashes. Is this like the whole dropper full, or
Yes.
is this? Right. Feel very pressured. Just pure pressure. It's not that I like booze, it's just that I love booze. All right. 2 dashes. Do these not close?
Yep, I'll take that from you. And then next you're going to fill up this jigger with Cafe Cuvée Liqueur.
Now is that where it came from, like whatchamajigger?
I'm sorry?
Well, you said this was a jigger?
Yes.
So like a whatchamajigger?
It is exactly like a jigger.
It's pretty awesome. I learned 2 things at once just now.
So fill up the line.
Very
Excellent.
efficient in learning
Perfect.
things. I hit the line on the head. I just want to note that you folks at home couldn't see how perfectly I measured that. So I'm a natural.
Perfect.
All right, next.
Next, you're going to do 2 ounces of bourbon. So up into the top.
So like
And it helps
the very,
if, like, hold this in your dominant hand. I'll show you actually.
both of my hands are very dominant.
Oh, good on
No,
you.
no, I'm kidding.
No?
I'm a klutz on both hands.
Are you a right-handed person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I shouldn't use the left hand. All right.
So
Fine.
follow my lead then.
All right.
So you're going to fill that up to the tippy-toppy.
That's exact.
All right, so for your stir,
I'm not allowed to use the ice scooper. It's too high tech. Union regulated. I can't do that.
I have faith in you, I promise. So
right.
when you stir your drink,
Yeah.
like this.
Wait, there's a trick to stirring. I can't
Yes,
just
there
like
is.
stir it.
No. All right, so you're going to take the extruded end
Yes.
of the spoon, and you're going to place it on the outside.
All right.
Right?
All right.
And then you don't want to agitate the ice.
Agitate the ice.
Yeah, so
Like
the
make
way
the
that the
ice
ice
angry?
looks right now
Yes.
is the way it should continue to look after you stir it.
Like they can't move position.
It will rotate, but none of the cubes.
They don't move.
Look at my fingers.
That's like chopstick. It's like Chinese ninjatickery. You're very ninjatic.
All right, try it.
All right, here we go. This is bizarre. Oh,
There you go.
I totally just agitated the hell out of the ice.
No, you're doing
The ice
good.
is really pissed off right now. Actually,
You're doing great.
I can't do this for a living. Oh, seriously? It's like hockey.
Yeah, less
This is
sliding and fighting.
The ice is agitated right now. We're not friends.
There we go.
How do you even do that? Can we get a close-up on her fingers doing like ninja work? Or like not, she's going like this. I don't know how it's working. I'm gonna stir your drink like this. It's not fair. That is awesome. I'm seriously jealous, by the way.
Alright.
Now is it like a soup bowl?
That is.
I have to hold
You
it like
can
this.
use it for soup if you feel super fancy. I
Soup
suppose.
or fancy?
Super-
That was perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Soup.
Grab yourself a
Soup.
julep strainer.
Soup. The old julep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there mint in that strainer?
There is not. However, there is going to be a flamed orange peel. So what you want to do is you want to peel your orange.
Is there like a decal, like a flame decal? No decals?
No decals.
Is it just because it's flame colored?
No, we're actually going to use that blowtorch. But when you peel your orange, you want to peel it over your drink. So you're expressing as much oil from the peel as you can.
So you're not kidding.
No.
All right.
All right.
So now what do you do with the oranges and lemons and things like that you guys peel? You just throw them away?
No, we juice them.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You juice them?
We use fresh juices in all of ours.
Now that's a punctuation right there. We use fresh juices. I'm done asking questions.
We are serious and healthy.
I feel like you didn't flame it very much. There's no burn marks or anything.
There you go.
That was very burny.
We'll get there.
Hi, Bernia. Oh. It's like sparkly.
So what you're going to experience while you're drinking it is the burned oils from the orange, which I'm now rimming the glass with, but also the peel.
Is it sanitary to like wipe fruit on glasses?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You eat fruit, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just looks burny.
There you go. And that's a revolver.
Can I go like this with the?
Me first.
All right, that's fair enough. You did all the work. I'm gonna hold it like a chalice of life. Yes. Man, you can really taste the orange, like the burnt orange. It is different.
It's aromatics.
It's not like burnt, like charred, like, oh, it tastes like burnt orange. I mean, it's got a thing going on
No,
there.
it's more on your nose than anything else.
Now, for my favorite part of, life is the booze. So, Eric, what do we have today?
Today I'll be making a tin root fizz. It is my favorite drink on the fall cocktail menu. It's really simple. It's a gin-based drink. So we're going to start with 2 ounces of gin.
Tin Roof Fizz. Now, this is one of your own creations?
This is actually Danny's drink. It's a play off of a Ramos gin fizz, but we do it a little bit differently. So we're going to do the 2 ounces of gin.
You also have a large.
I know, a little dangerous, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do 3/4 of freshly squeezed lemon juice.
That was good aim. I just want to point that out.
That's what she said.
She says a lot.
And we're going to do an egg white.
It looks kind of yellow.
Separate the yolk. You get that nice egg white for the foam. And we're going to do 3/4 of syrup that we made in-house using sage and cinnamon.
I'm excited and ready.
We're going to go ahead and dry shake it first so you get a nice little bit of froth.
Hence the fizz.
And then we're going to shake it with ice, chill it out a little bit. Go ahead and strain into here.
I feel like Rocky Balboa with raw egg. I don't look like
You
Rocky
see,
Balboa.
if you look in there, you still got a lot of foam in there from the egg white. So
Yes,
we're going
yes.
to grab some soda water. Get the rest of that foam out of there.
I'm appreciative.
Give it a nice little shake really quick.
Yep.
You got that nice egg white top, and we're gonna hit it with Angostura.
Yes. My favorite, actually.
And my favorite part is actually the garnish. Gonna use a little bit of this lemon zest. Roll that up. If you actually, you can see it through the light, the zest coming off the lemon as you squeeze it. So you get the aromatics of the lemon along with the drink.
Oh, dude, look at that. Roll them up.
And that is our Tin Roof Fizz.
Roll them up. Dang, yo. Dude.
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. No. I feel so fizzy.
You better not suck on it. It's mine. It's mine.
That is fantastic, Peanut Gallery.
See?
Somebody's had many fizzies today as well, have you?
Very good.
I will take
Very
this home. Thank you.
delicious.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
Danny, what do you have for us today?
All right, so this is a play on an old fashioned. So
My favorite.
that's probably one of my favorite drinks as well. The thing that I do to it though is I smoke it with a vanilla cherry orange pipe tobacco.
I quit smoking years ago.
Well, I mean it's not
We're not gonna
cancerous
smoke
at
it.
all or anything, you know.
All right.
So yeah.
No fun.
So first thing you start with though is you light this torch.
Hey man, it's my face.
And get it to a nice little burn right here, you know what I mean?
Pretty rad, I'm not gonna lie.
And just let it
burn.
let it burn.
Do we have any? This is where we'll have some some good funk in the background.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me. Right? And then you take this glass, right?
Yeah. A+.
Set it over it.
Nostalgic glasses. We've been talking about these all afternoon off camera. I have those original glasses at my house, but not that cool style.
So it's kind of like a neat little trick. You just take it, pull it off there, so you're not like over smoking something. So then, the first old fashioned ever recorded was in Kentucky. So we're gonna do a rye old fashioned because rye was more readily available during Prohibition. So
Why? Was it just easier to make somehow?
No, it was actually prescribed by doctors and stuff like that, like as essentially like snake oil. So it was like more like medicinal. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like so, like that's why everybody marketed rye during Prohibition.
Oh.
So then we do 6 dashes of Angostura.
Those are more than dashes, buddy.
They're dashes.
I like Angostura bitters. It's fine.
And then we're gonna do
You the twirly thing?
teaspoon. A little bit of sugar, right? We're gonna do 2 ounces of rye. I use Rebel Yell rye
Thank you.
because everybody loves that song, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna yell though.
More.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. You're
And then we add ice to it. And you stir it just like a lot of the old-fashioned cocktails and stuff like that.
you're also staying along the edge.
Yeah, you always gotta stay on the edge because like
You don't want actual
you
ice chips.
you don't
in there.
want to agitate the ice because you're gonna be adding too much dilution to it.
Oh. No
So-
watered down crap
Yeah.
here.
So I do like either 30 seconds or 30 revolutions,
Okay.
right? And this is a julep strainer.
A julep strainer.
Yeah.
But you're not making a mint julep, so is that illegal?
Okay, so julep strainer is actually like the first purpose of it was when like dentistry wasn't around like as readily available to everybody.
Okay.
So they would actually put it in glasses so they could drink cold water with ice in it, and it wouldn't hurt their teeth.
Oh,
That was
wow.
like a big thing, you know.
That's crazy.
So then you take this glass, right? You see a little bit of smoke there, and the ice actually will capture a lot of the smoke, and the glass will as well. The colder the thing is
It kind of holds it.
yeah.
somehow.
And then we do a twist of lemon.
And so now we're doing this all on camera, but you go through these crazy long processes during your busiest hour of the day.
Yes.
So if you're coming be ready to hang out and talk a little bit. And don't drink these fast. I made that mistake a few times. Do not drink these fast. Let them. It was the Japanese cocktail that got me so drunk. What is that?
So you get like a lot of nice smoky notes from not only the rye from the barrel, you get those nice like hints of like vanilla, cherry, and orange from the pipe tobacco as well. So it's like it's all like fundamental things, you know. Like we all like smokiness from the bourbon. Well, most of everybody.
If you're drinking bourbon,
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and so you're just like bringing out those notes.
Enhancing
from,
it.
Yeah.
Do I get to drink that now?
You sure you want to drink it?
Yeah.
You're into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do I dip the lemon peel in there?
No,
Yes.
So I leave the lemon peel on top for aromatics.
All right. Now it's aromatic.
So every time you take a sip, you get that lemon peel.
It kind of mellows out the tobacco, like it balances
Yeah.
out, so it's not like tobacco in your face.
Yeah.
Oh man. That is great. That's not at all like, I don't know. I've had some smoky drinks that were like, here's campfire with some whiskey in it, and I thought it was disgusting. This is not that at all. This is like what it should be. This is absolutely fantastic, and I'm also a fan of anything bourbon, whiskey, or rye. So,
Yeah, most of the things like I drink a lot of everything. Except for vodka. That's like the redheaded stepchild.
yeah. You don't like vodka?
Alcohol. No.
See, I can't drink vodka because I can drink it by the gallon.
Yeah.
And then be like, I'm fine. It's quick. Give me another gallon of vodka. So
It turns into anything too.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like how do you like your vodka drinks?
Yeah, with this juice or that
With
juice.
Yeah, exactly. So
Or straight if it's really good Russian vodka.
yeah. Definitely, the Polish vodka is probably the best to me.
This is the most amazing thing. Does anyone from the crew or anyone want to try this? A most amazing drink? Dude, that was fantastic. Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, get it because it was medicinal? Doctor.
I got 99 arrows and a bottle of wine. Still wouldn't feel my quiver. I steal from 200 men, $1 at a time. Still wouldn't be enough silver. I shake a rattlesnake, whatever it takes. Still wouldn't feel my boots. Oh shoot. If I was left for dead in the desert, would you still remember my name? Would you collect my bones, take me home, put me next to the fireplace? Would you dust me off, show me off? Me and you got our own place. If I was left for dead in the desert, would you still remember my name? I got 55 arrows all tied in one. Still wouldn't feel my quiver. I take a stake to the heart if you bury my parts. Still wouldn't be enough silver. I'd shake a rattlesnake, whatever it takes. Still wouldn't feel my boots. Oh shoot. If I was left for dead in the desert, would you still remember my name? Would you collect my bones, take me home, and put me next to the fireplace? Would you dust me off, show me off? Me and you got our own place. If I was left for dead in the desert, would you still remember my name?
What's
J-Town around. What's going down downtown J-Town? What's going down?
Well, thanks for hanging out with us during our journey through Tin Roof. We took you downstairs, we came upstairs, we ate, we drank, we laughed, we cried, and we got to hear Jross Green
Yeah, man.
tear it up.
Yeah, buddy.
He hates when I say it. He's got to be my most favorite singer-songwriter in the area. Always has something new. It's always high quality, high energy. And he's a really great guy to hang out with.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks for coming out
Absolutely.
and setting up all your gear and playing a few songs for us.
Yeah, it was a blast to go downstairs and sing on a Sunday.
Yeah,
It
singing
really
on
was.
Sunday.
Sing on a Sunday. Set my gear up and had a couple camera guys, a couple guys directing it. And
do you still feel like singing a little bit on Sunday?
I would love to sing.
Give me an outro.
Right now?
Yeah, do you feel like excited about the show? Give us an outro. You can even make fun of me if you want. Make fun of my coat. Make fun of my coat.
I know everybody knows this if you repeat what I say.
All right.
I asked you on a date without a typo.
A typo?
My internet connection is so frightful.
Frightful.
But every time I think about sitting down and working out a problem,
he's got problems.
I find myself so far away. It's just another day away. I should travel.
He should travel?
I should travel.
Where are you going to go?
Wherever you go.
Let's go see what's going down in downtown J-Town.